Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, we're going to talk about a clip that was sent to me. Shout out to my man, Stofia, for sending me a clip from the Dad Bod podcast. Oh, some weirdos that never played sports a day in their life. That's why they have dad bods. They never played sports growing up. They never played competitive sports growing up. They were never competitors in any of these sports. They never watched these sports growing up. But they love to talk about Michael Jordan. I'm so tired of these clowns talking about Michael Jordan, talking about an era that they were not even around to watch and they did not watch. But they're so emotionally invested in Michael Jordan, talking about Michael Jordan. So I was sent this clip. And in the Dad Bod podcast, they have a clip of Michael Jordan during the 1990 three-point contest, and they're showing Michael Jordan during, that contest, his performance, which is one of the worst performances in three-point contest history. I can't remember what Michael Jordan's score was exactly, but it was I think it's the lowest score in three-point contest history. And they're using that video footage, and they're talking over it, saying that Michael Jordan wouldn't be able to play in today's era because he can't shoot. Oh, Michael Jordan can't shoot. Michael Jordan can't shoot. And he said, oh, Michael Jordan can't shoot the three. He wouldn't be able to play in this era. He's trash. He can't shoot. They're using a three-point contest clip in 1990, and they're saying that Michael Jordan couldn't play in this era of NBA because of that clip, guys. We're going to talk about it in this video. These clowns don't know what the hell they're talking about. This is typical LeBron James fan stuff. They love to cherry-pick stuff, man. We're going to talk about this video, guys. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world. Everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, you know I am truly, truly humbled by all support, man. It really means a lot, guys. Like I said, shout out to Stofia for sending me this clip, man. All the people out there on Instagram, you guys emailing me. Shout out to MT for coming through in the email. Thank you very much to all you guys. Like I said, the true supporters, man. And you guys know what to do, man. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, shout out to Stofia for sending me this clip of this weird Dad Bod podcast, another weird channel. I told you guys, these weird channels, guys, that just, they don't even know what they're talking about. They just talk to talk. They make videos just to make a video, but they're not saying anything in the video. They're not educating you in the video. They're not even giving you, any facts in the video. Once again, you are dumber for listening to these people's channels, for reading the things that they have to post. You're dumber for this. You're not educated. Like I said, you've actually gotten dumber. You've regressed as a person watching some of these people's videos. That's why I tell you guys oftentimes when you guys send me these clips, I'm sacrificing. I'm taking it for you guys, man. I'm sacrificing watching these videos because it's hard to watch some of these videos, guys. It's hard to watch 10, 15 minutes of this stuff sometimes and listen to this nonsense because it doesn't make any sense. Like I said, they're just rambling on and lying about stuff, rewriting history that never happened, and they're coming to weird conclusions. So, their opinion on the Dad Bod podcast, I told you, these losers that never played sports a day in their life. I mean, go look at these guys and see what they look like. I'm going to tag them in this video. But these clowns never played competitive sports, never played basketball, never watched basketball in the 80s and 90s. And here they are having to put a video of Michael Jordan during the three-point contest in 1990. Now, if you guys don't know, I've done a video on this in the past. I did a video on it maybe a year or two ago, whatever it was. I did an actual whole video on Michael Jordan competing in the 1990 three-point contest. And I told you guys that Michael Jordan competing in the 1990 three-point contest shows how much of a competitor he is. That he's not afraid to go out there and fail. He's not afraid of failure, Michael Jordan. That's all they're highlighting here. But they think in this video, they're exposing Michael Jordan. Oh, look what we found. They say the same things over and over again. Oh, the Michael Jordan fans, they didn't want you to see this video. They don't want you to see. They love to say that. Oh, the Jordan fans, they wanted to bury this videotape. They don't want you to know about this. They don't want you to know about this. Michael Jordan literally went out and competed in a three-point contest, but they're trying to make it seem like, oh, nobody wants you to know about this. All you got to do is do some research, do some homework, and you find this stuff out. Easy to find out. No one's hiding this stuff. The video footage is there. Like I said, all the facts and stuff you need to look, the research, it's all there. No one's hiding anything. The thing about the three-point contest in 1990 and Michael Jordan competing in it, the reason why no one talks about it is because it means nothing in Michael Jordan's career. It's a footnote of Michael Jordan's career. His resume, his legacy is so great. Whoever talks about Michael Jordan in the 1990 three-point contest, no one gives a damn about this stuff. You know what we do talk about, though? We talk about how LeBron James was afraid to do a slam dunk contest. That's the one thing we do highlight. And why do we highlight this for LeBron James? Because LeBron James is promoted as one of the great dunkers in NBA's history when he wouldn't even compete in a slam dunk contest that disqualifies you off the jump. Like I said, you don't have to win a slam dunk contest, but if you're afraid to even compete in one, you are disqualified from ever being in a slam dunk greatest slam dunkers in NBA's history conversation. Disqualified just off of that alone. But they want to promote LeBron James as his all-time great dunker, even though the man never competed in slam dunk contests. So we laugh and we clown you. They promote LeBron James' athleticism. Oh, the greatest athlete of all time. He could jump and do all. Then why he didn't compete in slam dunk contest? Because LeBron James is mentally weak. He's afraid of failure. He runs away from the failures. When Michael Jordan put his head down and continued to grind it out, LeBron James ran to a super team. And something as simple as competing in slam dunk contest, LeBron James was afraid of that moment. He was afraid to fail in that moment. Michael Jordan wasn't afraid of failure. He wasn't afraid of what people were going to say about him in 1990. Once again, was Michael Jordan a champion in 1990? No, he wasn't. So it wasn't like Michael Jordan had the cachet of a couple of championships, or he could turn around and be like, yeah, he's a champion, Michael Jordan. This is at a point in time in Mike Jordan's career where the only thing that he's won was an MVP trophy, a Defensive Player of the Year award, a couple of slam dunk contests, but he had never won an NBA championship. He had never even been to an NBA Finals yet. Remember, they kept losing against the Detroit Pistons. So Michael Jordan was starting to hear the noise. Oh, he's just a scorer. You're never going to win a championship with a guy leading the league in scoring. This is what they were saying about Michael Jordan, guys, in 1990. So Michael Jordan, with all that noise in the background, all that pressure, still went out and competed in a three-point contest. He wasn't worried about how people were going to view him, or like I said, going out there and stinking it up and failing. Wasn't afraid of failure. Did Michael Jordan think that he was going to win a slam dunk contest? I don't know. Maybe he did. He's a competitor. He was going to compete. I don't know if he thought he was going to win. Because once again, let's think about who he was competing against in a slam dunk, in a three-point contest, guys. Craig Hodges, who won 3 three-point contests in a row. That was actually, I believe, the first one of 3 in a row that he won, Craig Hodges, in 1991. So you had Craig Hodges there, who was a knockdown, spot-up shooter. A three-point contest caters to spot-up shooters, guys. Not just to quote-unquote shooters, but to spot-up shooters, right? Guys who shoot under these kinds of conditions normally. So you had Craig Hodges out there. You had Larry Bird out there. Come on, man. Does Michael Jordan really believe he's going to beat Larry Bird in three-point contest? I believe Michael Jordan's going to compete and try to beat Larry Bird. But Michael Jordan, I know deep down, does not think he's a three-point specialist. And that's what a three-point contest caters to. Three-point specialists or pure shooters. Pure shooters. All right, Michael Jordan was a guy who developed into a jump shooter, right? Developed into a pure jump shooter, but he wasn't just born that way. He had to work on these things to the point where I told you guys, in my opinion, Michael Jordan's a great shooter of all time. Not because of his three-point prowess or because he's a spot-up shooter, because in any kind of scenario, I'm picking Michael Jordan. I don't care where it is in the court. Give me Michael Jordan shooting the ball. I believe and trust in Michael Jordan, and I believe in his clutch ability more than anyone else in NBA's history. Not saying that there aren't other great clutch performers and shooters that, you know, if you picked, I wouldn't have a problem with some of these guys, like Larry Bird, for example. If you told me you take Larry Bird for the last shot of Michael Jordan, I have no problem, no arguments with that. I'm taking Michael Jordan. To me, he's a great shooter of all time. But it's in any condition, any scenario, give me Michael Jordan, man. He can make adjustments on the fly. To me, Michael Jordan's greatest asset in the clutch in these shooting times is his ability to adjust his shot in the air. No one else to me can adjust his shot in the air, clutch it, and still be good like Michael Jordan could. So he went against Craig Hodges, Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, Mark Price. These are some of the names of the guys that Michael Jordan was competing against in the 1993 point contest. Mark Price, guys, is arguably the greatest shooter in NBA's history, guys. Arguably. Knockdown shooter. Mark Price, I believe, led the league in free throw percentage 3 separate times. Reggie Miller led the NBA in free throw percentage, I believe, 4 separate times. And I believe Larry Bird led the league in free throw percentage 4 separate times. So if you combine just those 3 players together that were in the three-point contest, they led the NBA in free throw percentage, guys, 11 times. Between 3 players, 11 times. Bird, Miller, and Price. These guys are knockdown shooters, man. Pure shooters. Guys who just stroke it. Mark Price is a pure shooter, man. This guy barely, never missed free throws, Mark Price. Look at his jump shot. The dude's pure, and we all know about Reggie Miller, and once again, Larry Bird. These names speak for themselves, all right? Miller time, Larry Bird. There's nothing else needs to be said about these guys. So these are the guys that Mike Jordan was competing against in the 1990s three-point contest. Like I said, Craig Elar, I believe, was in that competition. Like I said, Craig Hodges was there. Like I said, Michael Jordan. So if we're going to knock Michael Jordan and say he can't shoot based off of a three-point contest performance, that doesn't make any sense. Because like I said, if a three-point contest, most people understand that the three-point contest caters to spot-up shooters. Guys, that's what they do. Specialists, three-point specialists. All right, you have balls on a rack. So you have to go into the motion. And a lot of times, these guys are not even jumping a lot of times during these shots. A lot of these guys, they're just set shot. They're just standing there and they're stroking it out, right? Just going through their motion, right? A lot of these guys, they're not even jumping barely for these shots, man. So when we talk about the three-point contest and the guys that it caters to, right? If you look at the history of the NBA, some of the guys that have won a three-point contest, like I said, these are either specialists, guys like Jason Capono, right? I said the Craig Hodges, right? These are three-point specialists. Or guys that are pure shooters, right? Guys like Ray Allen, right? Steve Kerr, the Larry Bird. You guys are just pure shooters. Like I said, a specialist. Steve Kerr's a specialist, man, right? Guys that are just specialists at what they do. That's what they do. They knock down shots, right? So it's not necessarily these guys are great shooters in all kinds of situations. Like, is Steve Kerr a guy that you think in your mind as a clutch time shooter? Like, oh, I'm going to take Steve Kerr at the end of a game scenario because he's a knockdown three-point shooter, or a spot-up shooter, or a specialist. Kyle Korver, some of these other guys that are known for three-point shooting. Like I said, Jason Capono, a guy that I mentioned. These are specialists, guys. These are not necessarily guys that you're going to go to in a clutch time scenario. So, like, yeah, these guys might be knockdown shooters in quarters 1 through 3 when, you know, the game's on the line. But are you going to give the ball to those guys regularly in clutch time scenarios? Those guys to me are not clutch time performers like that. They're not big time guys. They're guys who make shots during the course of a season because they're specialists. They specialize in three-point shooting. They spot up shooters. A lot of time these guys are wide open. And that's their job, to stay out there on the line and knock these shots down. All right? It's not the same as what Michael Jordan was doing or what Michael Jordan's game was. Right? Michael Jordan wasn't a three-point specialist. That wasn't his game, to sit on the three-point line and knock down three-point shots. Michael Jordan wasn't a spot-up shooter. That wasn't his game. So once again, the three-point contest is not going to cater to someone like Michael Jordan in his game. Once again, this was 1990. Michael Jordan still developing his jump shot and turning into a lethal jump shot shooter, a jump shooter. Michael Jordan's jump shot from the mid-range, undeniable, guys. The post-up game, the turnaround fadeaway, undeniable. You ever see Steve Kerr, the turnaround fadeaway, or Kyle Korver, or Jason Capono? Some of these guys that I told you, Craig Hodges, are specialists. They're not hitting turnaround fadeaways. They can't shoot like that. It's different. There's a difference here, guys. A difference. Right? That's why we laugh when we talk about LeBron James' 40-point percentage. He shot that one. LeBron James can't shoot, man. And I told you guys, one of the clear indicators of a player's shooting prowess, right? Their consistency with their stroke, their fundamentals, all of this stuff, how great they really are shooting the ball, how consistent they really are, is their free throw percentage. Go to their free throw percentage, and oftentimes, I'm not saying every time, but more often than not, the free throw percentage will show and indicate a player's ability to shoot the ball, guys. All right? And when we look at some of these guys, like I just mentioned, you see how often they led the league in free throw percentage. Insane. So Craig Hodges is a career 82% free throw shooter. That's excellent. Larry Bird's an 88% free throw shooter for his career. That's elite. That's the top of the top. If you're shooting over 86%, to me, over 85% from the free throw line, 87, 88, 89, 90%, that's elite. That's the top of the top. You're not going to get better than that. Larry Bird, 88, is elite shooting from the free throw line. Reggie Miller, 88% from the free throw line, elite from the free throw line. And Mark Price, 90% from the free throw line for Mark Price for his career. That is, once again, the top of the top. I believe Steph Curry is the #1 guy for free throw percentage. Then it might be Mark Price and Steve Nash. I can't remember who the top 3 or 4 or 5 guys are. But Reggie Miller, Larry, but all these guys are up there. Like I said, Mark Price, 90% free throw percentage. I mean, and then we think about Michael Jordan. What's Michael Jordan's free throw percentage? 83% for his career, which is, once again, excellent free throw percentage. Excellent free throw shooter, Michael Jordan, guys. And like we said, when it matters most, in the clutch, Michael Jordan is going to be that dude. His percentage is going to maintain, right? Not like LeBron James. LeBron James like a career 73% free throw shooter, but in the clutch, in the moments it matters most, it's worse. It's down to like 60%, right? That's LeBron James. When it matters most, he's not there for you that consistently. So they're talking about Michael Jordan can't shoot. We all know that Michael Jordan can shoot. Like I said, are you going to bet on LeBron James or Michael Jordan to knock a jump shot down? And for these clowns at the Dad Bod podcast to say that Michael Jordan couldn't play in this era of NBA because he can't shoot the three, once again, you're exposing this era of NBA as being nothing but three-point chucking. That's what it is. That's why it's NBA's weak. I'm glad Michael Jordan don't play in this era. Michael Jordan wouldn't want to play. I wouldn't want Michael Jordan to play in this era because this is not basketball. Chucking up three-point shots is not basketball, man. How many courts you guys go to out in the streets? They don't even have three-point lines on them. They don't even have three-point lines on them. Who the hell are you? I mean, like when you guys play in the street, you guys go by ones, right? I know we go by ones. Ain't no one doing twos and threes. It's ones. And then maybe there's a three-point line. Maybe you guys do twos, ones and twos. But how many courts you guys go to don't even have three-point lines on them? They're not there because it's not necessary for the game of basketball. You don't need a three-point line. The NBA was playing all those years without a three-point line, guys. Think about it. They played from 1947 all the way to 1980 with no three-point line. And you still had all-time greats, man. You didn't need a three-point line to make Dr. J better, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar greater, or Wilt Chamberlain better, or Bill Russell, Bob Cousy, or John Havlicek. None of these guys, Oscar Robertson, Elgin Baylor, they didn't need any of the three-point line gimmick stuff to make the era greater or make them better. The three-point line, guys, is something they added to the game that was supposed to add a certain wrinkle to the game, right? A certain nuance to the game. So I told you guys, in the 90s, because it had been the NBA now since the entire 80s, in the 90s, teams were starting to be smarter and utilize the three-point line in a much more efficient way, right? Use it based off their personnel, right? Whatever the case may be. So it was a good balance going on there. Now it's abuse. So like these guys, these fools in the Dad Bod podcast, oh, Michael Jordan can't play in this era of NBA because he can't shoot threes. So this era of NBA is all three-point shooters we're talking about. And Michael Jordan would be just fine in this era of NBA when you have all these other weirdos out here who can't shoot, chucking up threes, man. No one's impressed with these guys' shooting ability. Michael Jordan would be just fine in this era of NBA. The problem would be these guys playing in the other eras of NBA because they're not going to be able to chuck up 5, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 threes. They're going to have to knock those shots down, only taking 3 or 4. So like I said, you have to be better when you're only taking 3 or 4 threes, not 10, 11, 12 threes. So those guys were better shooters. Michael Jordan would be just fine. Like I said, when it matters most, Michael Jordan knocks him down like he did in '92 finals, right? So he'll be okay. But you know what's interesting? Michael Jordan once again competed in a slam dunk contest, any three-point contest, which is very rare. There's only been a few players in NBA's history that have done this. And even fewer have won a slam dunk contest and then competed in a three-point contest. I believe Brent Barry is the only other player to win a slam dunk contest and compete in a three-point contest. I can't remember if Kobe Bryant did. I know Ken and Jeff Smith competed in both a slam dunk contest and a three-point contest. I believe Clyde Drexler competed in a slam dunk contest and a three-point contest. But I believe Michael Jordan was the first player, guys, to compete in a slam dunk contest and win it and compete in a three-point contest. That was before Clyde Drexler. Like I said, before Ray Allen, who did both, before Kane and Jeff Smith. And like I said, I'm not sure if Kobe ever did it, and before Brent Barry. So Michael Jordan was the first person to do this. He's a pioneer in this. Like I said, because he wasn't afraid of failure. No one ever thought Michael Jordan was a three-point specialist, and he still went out there because Michael Jordan was going out there to put in the show. He believed in himself. Like I said, he wasn't afraid to fail, wasn't afraid of the moments. Meanwhile, LeBron James competed in 2 skills challenges, lost both of them, but still has not done a slam dunk contest. So LeBron James had enough in him to compete in a skills challenge, but not enough to do a slam dunk contest. This is what shows how LeBron James is a straight punk and a coward, guys. You'll do a skills challenge, but not a three-point contest. Does LeBron James think he has skills? He really thought he had skills, and he lost to Dwayne Wade. Lost to Dwayne Wade, the guy that you joined up a couple years later. Dwayne Wade won the skills challenge, I believe, in 06 and 07, if I'm not mistaken. And LeBron James joined him a couple years later. So not only was Dwayne Wade a champion, he was a 2-time skills champ. LeBron James couldn't win either one. Never competed in a slam dunk contest. Like I said, these guys are just a coward. You compete in skills, but not the slam dunk contest. Would LeBron James ever do a three-point contest? LeBron James fans, LeBron James shot 40% from three-point range a couple years ago. I would love to see LeBron James go to three-point contest and compete in three-point contest. I would love to see that. LeBron James is a straight coward. He would never do that, man. LeBron James couldn't even go to China and hit the three-point shots when no one's guarding him. That was essentially an exhibition three-point contest for LeBron James. He did not make a single shot, 0 for 11. At least Michael Jordan made a couple of his shots. LeBron James 0 for 11. And there was more pressure on Michael Jordan in a three-point contest setting with a time limit and everybody watching the All-Star game than LeBron James out there in China with some fucking LeBron James fans out there in the crowd cheering this man on. There's no pressure there, and you still couldn't make a shot. Over here talking about Michael Jordan couldn't play in this era because he can't shoot threes. We're really trying to say that Michael Jordan can't shoot threes based off of the 1990 three-point contest? These guys are weird, man. I tell you, it don't add up, man, at all. Like I said, much respect to Michael Jordan for going out there. And no one ever talks about this in Michael Jordan's career because it's a footnote in Michael Jordan's career. It means nothing in Michael Jordan's career. The man's a 2-time slam dunk contest champion, competed in 3 slam dunk contests. And like I told you, the first player in NBA's history to compete in a slam dunk contest and compete in a 3-point contest. And he was the first player to win the slam dunk contest and compete in a 3-point contest. I think only him and Brent Barry are the only players to win a slam dunk contest and compete in a 3-point contest. Like I said, I'm not sure if Kobe Bryant competed in one or not. If he did, then he would be the 3rd player to do that. But Ray Allen never won a slam dunk contest, competed in 3-point contest and won that. Great for Ray Allen. Clyde Drexler never won a slam dunk contest or the 3-point contest. Kenny J. Smith never won a slam dunk contest. So we have to understand this, man. What Michael Jordan did was unheard of at the time, right? He was doing something that was different. And like I said, he put himself out there because Michael Jordan was never afraid of failure, never afraid of those moments. And now people try to knock Michael Jordan for competing in the 3-point contest. But you guys don't care that LeBron James never competed in a slam dunk contest? They never do. LeBron James fans never care about this stuff. They don't even care. Oh, why did you do that? Who cares? What do you mean who cares? That's why the slam dunk contest is a joke now. LeBron James initiated the downfall of the slam dunk contest. Like I always tell you guys, LeBron James fans don't care about the NBA. They don't care about the All-Star weekend. They don't care about none of this stuff, guys. So they don't hold LeBron James to any standard. It don't matter if he did a slam dunk contest or not. He did a skills challenge, but not a slam dunk contest, guys. That's how much of a coward this dude is. What a straight clown, man. A straight corny-ass dude, LeBron James, and all his fans. The Dad Bod Pod. That's why no one watches their videos. That's why their channel's going to be crap, continue to be crap, because they put out crap content. A lot of these LeBron James channels and some of these weirdos out here that don't know anything about basketball history in the 80s and 90s, they're out here talking about the 80s and the 90s. Crap content, guys. Straight crap content. Not educating you about nothing. Not giving you any context or perspective. They're trying to tell people out there that Mike Jordan can't shoot. Are we really trying to do this now? You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.